Very simple recipe. We haven't done a cookie in a while. Let me put it in here. I did toast just got regular pecan pieces. I toasted them and chopped them. So we're going to add that to our flour and salt mixture. So we've got that going on. Mix that up. We're going to do a cup of butter, which is 2 sticks that we've got softened. I did. You can do it either way. You can put them in a frying pan or saute pan and just let them cook. What I like to do is, so I don't forget about them, is to put them on a tray in the oven. I put them in, I turn the oven on, put them in, and then by the time, I set the oven for 350, by the time the oven reaches 350, your pecans are done. That's just, and then this oven here beeps at that time. So it's like when it comes up to the right temperature, then it beeps, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's done. I don't have to set a timer. That's just what I do. You know, if you want to put them in a skillet, that's fine. You don't want them black. You just kind of want them toasted, and it's almost to the point where you can kind of smell. When you can kind of smell toasted nuts, then it's time to take them out. Okay, we've got our butter in there. We're going to put our powdered sugar in, 1.5 cups. Get that cream. We're going to put a little vanilla in there. We've got our oven on. I put the blueberries back in here, but I washed them. You want to wash them ahead of time so that you dry them off. So I just laid them on a paper towel, let them dry, and put them back in the container. I like to also pull off the little stems instead of putting them in your dish and going, ugh, and then you're pulling off the stems when they're already there. So hopefully I got all the stems off of there. Like this, just be careful. You don't want to blow out the motor doing this. You can hear it kind of struggling a little bit. Okay, I'm going to turn it up. And it's going to come, I don't know, can you see it? Probably not. I'll move it a little bit. Okay, it's kind of come to a, kind of come together. Okay. So that's ready for our pan. Move this over here. And I just lined our pan with foil, and I do that. I will spray it. Although it didn't need to be. I think it will. There we go. I like to do this so I can lift it right out, and it makes it easier to cut. Now, I'm going to take about 2 cups of this. What I do when I measure flour is in my container of flour or your canister, I spoon it into the measuring cup. I never dip the cup in because as you're doing that, you're packing down the flour and you don't want to do that. So I spoon it into the measuring cup and level it off. All right.
You just use the all-purpose, right?
Yes.
And don't sift it or anything?
No. Okay. Now we're going to just kind of press this in as our bottom crust or our cookie. I think it seems like recipes call less and less for sifted flour, probably because the way that they're processing flours now is a little bit better than, it's not getting as many lumps and it's not getting packed down. So if you're measuring it properly, it doesn't need to be sifted. I think this is the longest part of this recipe. A little bit more, speed it up a little bit. And I don't think it matters too much that you have it even between the top and the bottom layer. I like to have a little bit more crust on the top. Okay, then I've got, put a little bit more here. I don't want any holes. Okay, nice, even. Then we're going to put our blueberries, and like I said, I washed them and dried them. Put them back in here. Took all the little, and there's always one or two blueberries that are not the best looking. Oops, missed one. Now, one little secret you can write down is I found to keep the blueberries away from the edge of the, not touching the foil, or not touching the pan if you're just using a pan. Because that kind of keeps it in and gives it a nice little outside crust. So just put them in a little, because the blueberries do cook down and it's almost like they disappear in that shape. Okay, I've got 2 tablespoons of regular sugar here and a lime. We're going to grate a little lime peel on here. It says to mix it with the sugar, but I think I'd have to get a bowl. We'll put about a teaspoon of lime rind in here. And that's just to flavor it a little bit different. And the sugar is just to, you know, sometimes blueberries aren't the sweetest, so just to give you a little bit more sweetness on here. We'll just sprinkle this over here. Okay, now I'll take the rest of this and just kind of crumble it on the top. And that's all there is to this. If you wanted to use blackberries, you could, I would think. Raspberries, I think, would be good. I'm not sure strawberries. You would have to probably test that a little bit. There might be too much liquid in strawberries. You know, they would have to be cut. You know, this is one of the things that when you're cooking like this, it's okay to experiment. You know, we're not talking about really, really expensive ingredients that you have to, you know, search for. Everything's found down there on the sales floor. So, you know, one time you make it strawberry and go, hey, that's pretty good. I like that. I invented a new thing. Okay. Like that. Now we're going to just stick this in the oven about 45 minutes. Oh wait, sorry. Here are our blueberry. We've got, almost a half an hour. We've got our blueberry. Oops, we almost lost it. Our blueberry pecan shortbread. And you can see as you take it, the blueberries sort of dissipated into it and sort of became like a jam type consistency, which I thought was kind of neat. So it doesn't look like we used fresh blueberries, but the taste is there. So this is just a good cookie.